What's the one thing I wish I would have known earlier in my career? Well, first of all, I wish I would have known what poison ivy looks like, because I am a mess, totally broken out. So please excuse, I've got my high neck. But here's a question. I get it all the time. I think it's such a brilliant question. What would you tell your younger self in like your 20s when you're just starting to like hit the corporate world and you wish you would have known back then? And here's the number one thing. This is the thing I answer with every time. And this is what it would have been. Stop talking so much. You know, we as young adults, right, we think we have to prove ourselves. And I'm an extroverted person, and I have a lot of ideas, and I know that I would spend a lot of time talking. And actually what I learned really late in my career, like in my 40s, like the tail end of my corporate career, was this: the power of questions. Power of questions, and not just questions to make yourself look smart, like questions to bring out the best in people, questions to uncover something that probably wouldn't have been uncovered, and really spending more time thinking about the questions than you do about like your ideas and your solutions. And I read this great book called The Coaching Habit, and you know, there's something so simple about like the best questions. One of my favorite in that book was 2 words. The end of the meeting, you know, the end of the meeting when people are like, is there anything else? And like, who's going to be the a-hole that like, well, I've got something, like, hold on, don't go take a lunch break or pee break. Like that's the most important time, right? Like that's the time, maybe even not just at the end of a meeting, but the end of an agenda item. And I really encourage you just to make some simple changes to the questions you ask. So for example, instead of, does anybody else have anything to add? Ask this: what else? There's so much power in that. You're basically saying, what else is there? What haven't we thought of? What shit's going to hit the fan if we don't, you know, change this thing as we implement the product? What else could we do to save a customer? What else? And, you know, in these times of this crazy pandemic and everybody just, you know, really being okay and not okay at the same time, here's another of my favorite. So when I talk to people that I know, especially some of my colleagues, when I call them up, instead of saying, how are you doing? I say this, especially if I know that they're not maybe having the best day. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? I think that question could potentially even save people's lives. So that's the key. You really think about questions. How do you time bound them? How do you ask for a response? How do you ask questions at a time where you're really trying to draw out the best in other people and not just what you think? And I really wish I would have known that. And of course, though, there's so much more to it, right? Like asking a questions isn't the end all be all. And so if you want to have hear more advice, I have a free guide called 10 Simple Steps to a Rich Career, where I put down the 10 things that I was like, okay, what was it? What helped me stand out? What helped me become a CEO at age 42? What helped me have the success and turn around the company? And these are my 10 things. And it's a 10-part guide, but I also give you 50 small, simple suggestions like what else to really change your career and how people think about you. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a great day. Stay out of the poison ivy. Talk to you later. Bye.